All right. Hi, everybody. All right, here we go with part 14. I haven't done this in a few days because I've been really busy for a week and a half. So I'm going to ramble about some bands that I really, really love, as I've been doing for a while now, and we're just going to see how it goes. I really should plan things to say, but I don't plan things to say. But I should look at them and be like, okay, here's what I'm going to hit, here's what I'm going to hit. Because I do go back and go, I didn't mention this and this and this, but so be it. I was in some of you who are watching this were there too. I was at RNS. I was at a music festival, I guess, over the weekend in Chicago, which was awesome, which was really great. If anyone's watching this who was there, it was nice to meet you. I had a lot of fun. Lost my voice again, but had a lot of fun. All right, so here we go. I'm going to try to get these 4 things in before I run out of time, but I do kind of ramble, and if the phone starts to overheat, I have to turn it off. And again, I can't respond to comments as they happen because I get distracted real easily, but I'll do it later. So, here we go. Again, we're down to the stuff that I really love now, and so I just pulled out 4 of them, and I'm going to start talking. So, oh, by the way, well, no, I'll get to that. So, here's where we're going to start. This is one of my favorite bands, and this is kind of a punchline, I guess, to a lot of people, but people in the melodic rock scene, it is not a punchline. So, here we go. One of my favorite bands. Ready? Europe. Yes. Europe. I showed this cover because this is the one everybody knows. So everybody knows the Final Countdown, right? The Final Countdown, which when I was a kid, I loved the Final Countdown. Da-da-da-da. I just loved it. It's beautiful. It's not beautiful, but it's cool. When I was a kid, I loved that song over and over and over again. So bought the tape of this, and I love Carrie. Carrie's a great song, too. So here's my Europe collection. Let's go through this. By the way, Joey Tempest, the lead singer. Sorry, the phone rang. I didn't know that was a thing. Weird. What happened? Did it freeze? Anyway, Joey, I can't put the phone on airplane mode because then I can't broadcast. Joey Tempest, monster vocalist, monster songwriter, just really, really amazing, very, very talented. Some people in the world have too much talent. So I got into Europe because of this, the Final Countdown, like everybody else. I got this record. I loved Carrie. I know a lot of their hits are on here, but I don't really care for some of this. I don't really like Cherokee and Danger on the Track, but who am I? But we went from that. And then, for whatever reason, the next one I bought was this one. Oh my God, this one. This is one of my favorite records ever. By far, in my opinion, the best Europe record there ever was. I know some people think it's overpolished, but I love this album so much. Every song on here except for... No, I was wrong. Every song. Every song is killer on this record. Bow Hill production. Just wonderful, wonderful record. Full of incredible hooks and harmonies, great guitar work. I love this album. Everything about this album is wonderful. If you don't have, if for any reason you're a fan of, like, what would you say, guys? People that don't know Europe, a fan of what? It's not really Bon Jovi. It's kind of Bon Jovi. I'm trying to think of a mainstream artist. Anyway, if all you know about Europe is the Final Countdown, there's so much more to this band. Love this one. So I digested this to death over and over and over again. Went back and got this one that has one of my favorite guitar solos of all time, Superstitious. Great. Love Superstitious. Love Open Your Heart, Coast to Coast. Ready or Not, Sign of the Times. This is great. This is a great record. Love this album. And yeah, I got him to sign it. That's another... Should have him sign that one. Why didn't I do that? Anyway, so, Europe is a killer band. And just real quick, I'll just show you. I haven't listened to this one yet. Just got it like a year ago. I still haven't listened to that. Don't know if that's any good. This is Hit and Miss. There's that one. But it's good. It's worth having. Like that. Final Countdown, again, you know, it is what it is. This, wonderful, wonderful record. Love that one. Not so much as this one. Great. And then they took a break, right? They took a break. And then they came back for like what I view as the second half of their career, which is a little more rootsy and bluesy, which is not to my liking entirely as much as the older stuff, but still good. Start from the Dark. I love the song, Gotta Have Faith. The song Hero is great. The song Hero, that's about, at least what I took from it was, you know, he wrote a song about people that influenced him as musicians. You Were My Hero, My Friday Night. You know, it's a great, great song. Hero by Europe is great. Actually, when I met them briefly in a meet and greet, I thanked them for writing this song and for writing If I Stare, If I Go from his solo record, which is amazing. Hero always reminds me of Bryan Adams, by the way. Not the song of it, because the way he talks about how the music influenced him is what Bryan Adams was to me when I was a kid. So that made me think of that. But this, again, it's more stripped back production, a little more raw. So I don't love it, but I don't hate it, you know? And then they have this, which I haven't listened to yet. I have not listened to Secret Society yet. Is it any good? Don't know. And then I loved this. I loved this record. This was really, really solid. I don't know what it was about this one. Maybe it was a lot more keyboards in it, but friggin' great stuff on here. Last Look at Eden. Love that song. And then Mojito Girl, great. It's very kind of, for me, certain parts of it are like Led Zeppelin influence, more riffy. Dun, 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 dun. It's a lot more riffy. You Devil You is cool. In My Time is a good record. It just fell out. Oh yeah, I've signed that one too. Yeah. And then let me put this back. And then this one, and then for me, I kind of got a little. They kind of these last two, I got them. I've listened to them both, but they kind of got more bluesy for me. And I've stated it before. The bluesy influenced rock, like Cinderella, doesn't move me as much. I can't help it. I think it's because I'm not a guitar player. I just don't get much out of that. So it's okay, but it doesn't blow me away. Neither is this. But I got them. I got them all. Europe is a killer band. Always wanted to see them live. I've been going through my bucket list the past couple of years. And Europe finally did, some of you guys know this, Europe finally did an American tour. Me and my little brother considered, we talked about going to Europe to see them because they were never going to come to the States. And then they put out this record, and then they did a tour of the States. And the closest they were coming was Cleveland. So my brother and I flew from Florida to Cleveland, to the Hard Rock, to see Europe. That's why we went. Great trip, loved it. Saw the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and saw Europe. And they did Last Look at Eden. They did, oh, so cool. And then 3 months later, they came here to Orlando. They added U.S. tour dates, and then they ended up coming 20 minutes from where I live. But still, cool. So love Europe. If all you know is the Final Countdown, I would highly suggest this one. This is the most, in my opinion, accessible, kind of fluffy, but very, very, very enjoyable record that they have. By the way, this is completely off topic. For 25 years, I've been opening up my records and trying to claw the booklet out to read it, and ended up bending and damaging it a little bit and kind of folding it. Did anybody ever, because I just thought of this a month ago, and I'm so mad at myself. It took me 25 years. You ready? Here's how I'm getting the CD booklets out now. Turn upside down and shake it. Falls right out. It took me 2.5 decades to figure that out. Clawing all the new ones and putting little marks in it and folding them just right out. There's a little tip. At least one of you didn't know that, because it took me 2.5 decades, and I'm a music junkie. All right, there's Europe. Love Europe. Yes, I did go see them again. That's when I met them. By the way, if you love Europe and you don't have Joey Tempest solo records, the first Place to Call Home is good, and Azalea Place is excellent. Very, very good stuff. Let's move on. I don't even know how long I've taught now, and I got 3 more. I don't think I'm going to make this. All right, I was just in Chicago. There's no way I'm going to make this. I got too much to say. I was just in Chicago. So if we're going to talk about Chicago, we're going to talk about one of my favorite singer-songwriters of all time. Of everybody in the music, that I'm aware of, in the history of music business, this is the guy whose career I wish I had. Richard friggin' Marx, man. Richard Marx is a phenomenally talented individual. This guy is insanely talented. I know, again, he's kind of a punchline, but he shouldn't be. This guy has been doing what he does forever, and he's insanely talented. He writes almost everything himself. He produces his own records. Does anybody understand how hard it is to produce your own records? Produce a record in general, and then produce your own. He's got a crazy vocal range. He's hitting, there's a song, You Never Take Me Dancing, where he hits an E above high C. Full voice, and he's got soul. The guy can sing anything. He's made a career for almost 3 decades now, and he writes songs for other people. He's a real deal, man. A singer-songwriter. Just can't say enough about Richard Marx. I want to be Richard Marx. I want to have Richard Marx's career. I want to write songs from the heart and write for other artists and be big enough to have a career, but not so big that I can't. Oh my God, I love Richard Marx. So I got into him when I was in high school. So let us go through the records real quick. There you go. There's the first one. This, I believe, still holds a record for having the most top 20 or top 10 singles from a debut album by anybody. It's got 5 of them, I think. Should Have Known Better. Wonderful, wonderful radio song. Just perfect. Don't Mean Nothing. Everyone knows Don't Mean Nothing. I think Timothy B. Schmidt sings background vocals on Don't Mean Nothing. So does a couple other people that I should know, but I can't think of it. Endless Summer Nights, great song. You can really hear the Toto influence on Endless Summer Nights with the percussion elephants. He's a big fan of Toto, by the way, which, again, this guy is me, or what I want to be. He's not me, but oh my God. Hold On to the Nights. I remember the very first time I heard that song ever, and I was like, oh God. It was on the radio. I was on Broadway in South Broadway at home. And then it kind of peters out toward the end. I don't really like the second half of this, but Jesus, what a great start. There you go. Repeat Offender, this is the one everybody has. Just great stuff on here. I still love Angelina. Too Late to Say Goodbye is killer. Right Here Waiting is overplayed, but it's still a beautiful song. I'm sure you guys all know this, that he wrote Right Here Waiting, and it was a personal song, and he had no intention of putting it on a record or releasing it. But all of his friends and the producers all said, you really should put that song on the record. He didn't want to put that song on the record. It was a song he wrote for him and his wife, and that was it. Like, it wasn't meant to be on the album. And it's his biggest song. What the hell do songwriters know? Hot on the Line is cool. That was Lulu. Wait for Sunrise. Children of the Night, awesome. From what I remember, Kevin Cronin sang backup on that, as well as many other people. And the horn arrangements were done by his father, who's... well, we'll get into that. I'm never going to get all these in, so we're going to have to go with 3. Just great stuff. All these Richard Marx... Oh, I didn't look these up. Oh, I didn't look up how much these are on Amazon. I'm sorry. Pretty much every Richard Marx record is on Amazon for like a penny. It's goddamn shameful. So we move on to their third record. This is pretty good, but it's hit and miss for me. I love Take This Heart. I love Chains Around My Heart. Lyrics by Fee Waybill from Tubes. Beautiful song. I used to have the single on cassette, and it had a different mix than this does. And I preferred the single on cassette mix. The snare sounded different, and it faded out slower. I don't know how that happened, but it was real. Love Unemotional is killer. Playing with Fire, co-written by Steve Lukather, the great Steve Lukather. Keep Coming Back is great. Hazard is on here. You guys know Hazard, right? All right, I'm just rambling. By the way, Tommy Lee from Motley Crue plays drums on Streets of Pain. That's pretty cool. Great record. Paid Vacation. This is upbeat and fun. A lot of great upbeat fun songs on here. I love Heaven's Waiting, What You Want, killer stuff, Nothing to Hide. This whole record is great too. Again, self-produced, writes all this stuff himself. The guy is the real deal. He doesn't age either, by the way. The guy doesn't age at all. And then Steve Porcaro, right? Who was the drummer? I should know this. Played drums on One Man right before he died, and so Richard Marx rewrote I think I heard he rewrote the lyrics to that song for Jeff Porcaro to be about him. But just, this is a great upbeat, fun record. You might know Now and Forever. Now and forever, I will be your man. Just, I sang that terribly, but great on there. And then this is my favorite Richard Marx record. That's why this is the one I had him sign. My favorite one. Nobody bought this one, but Flesh and Bone, excuse me. Favorite Richard Marx record. Fool's Game is killer. You Never Take Me Dancing is such an upbeat, fun, just little groovy song. He sings the crap out of. Touch of Heaven, great. This Can't Lie to My Heart, Until I See You. So good. So good. The Image, again, co-written by Fee Waybill. I think The Image was on a Fee Waybill solo record, but I don't know because I don't have them all. Am I talking too fast? Sorry. I just don't want to waste everybody's time by geeking out about friggin' Richard Marx. Richard Marx! Ugh. Great, great stuff. Love this record. Look up You Never Take Me Dancing. It's so killer. Got the greatest hits, because why wouldn't you have that? And then people stopped buying his records. Everybody but me. So here, there's this one. This is excellent. Days in Avalon. Great song. Someone Special. Great song. One More Time. One More Time is just heartbreaking. Like one of the most heartbreaking songs ever. One More Time by Richard Marx. And he sings it like he feels it. He's such a phenomenal vocalist. Straight From My Heart is about his dad. So his dad died. Him and his dad had a very, very deep connection. You know, his dad was on some of his earlier records. His dad was a musician, and it really, really affected him. It kind of is a through line for a lot of his output from then on out. There's always something about his dad. I always feel it's like the same for me and my dad, me and my parents, you know. Just like his dad was his champion. Just like Rick Springfield. His dad was his champion, and then the pain doesn't pass. So there's some heartbreaking stuff about him and his dad. But this is good too. pretty good. And then I love this one, My Own Worst Enemy. Great. Again, the guy doesn't age. He's got to be 40 here. What the hell? This is a really solid one. Nothing Left to Say is good. When You're Gone is good. Love Goes On is really, really good. Colder. Colder's a great song. The Other Side. I love The Other Side. Listen to the drums at the end of The Other Side fade now. Just great. By the way, he's got a lot of stuff that isn't on records, like B-side stuff and just random songs. There's one, I'm never going to think of it now. He's got like a whole 20 songs or a couple albums worth of stuff that was just like random stuff that's around. What's that one song? I'll never think of it. This is one of those things I should have researched before I started talking. He's got some great, maybe I'll think of it before this is over. Great song that's not on any of his records. And then we move on to these two. These two were put out at the same time, like about 7-8 years ago. Through his website, and I don't know how much they are to get anymore. They're kind of hit and miss for me. There's some great stuff on here. Part of Me's good. I love Done to Me. Done to Me is a killer song. But it kind of gets a little bit too soft rock for me. Through My Veins, another heartbreaking song about his dad. Through My Veins, it just makes you, you'll cry. You will. But you can. Emotional Remains is the name of the record, and it's all. I mean, it's pretty bleak, but it's pretty good. And then Sundown, I didn't really care much for this. It was a little, Loved was cool. I Can't Stop Crying is cool, but kind of hit and miss. He just kind of loses steam for me as he's going on. I love Richard Marx to death, but the last few records, he loses steam for me. And then this one came out like a year ago, 2 years ago, and there's some good songs on here, but it's just kind of a little bit, I don't know, it's a little soft for me. But there's some good stuff on here. Beautiful Goodbye. Turn Off the Night, another heartbreaking thing that he does. He's so good at that. And Forget to Remember, Eyes on Me is cool. So it's all right. And again, the guy doesn't age. He's like 50 there. I've seen him live twice, and he is phenomenal live. Just him and a guitar and a piano. The guy sings like he wrote the song yesterday, like he feels every bit of it, and it's beautiful. The guy's got a great voice. He's very funny. I had the balls to give him a copy of my record, Perspective, when I met him, because I knew I wouldn't be able to forgive myself. I did, and he was very gracious about it, because I'm sure he gets that kind of stuff all the time. But man, Richard Marx, this is the career I wanted. Be a songwriter for other bands, but still have your own career, have enough respect in the industry, have a great singing voice, but not be like huge, and still make a living off of writing songs and performing for 30 years. Like, he still goes and plays to this day, and plays to decent-sized rooms for real fans. This guy, if all you know about Richard Marx is his couple hits, you really should dig in. One of the greatest singer-songwriters of this kind of music in the past 3 decades. No bullshit. How much time we got left? All right, I'm going to skip this one because I'm not going to have time because I'll talk about that one forever. So we're going to move on to the third. This will be the only one. This will be the last one. So we're going to go on to one of the greatest melodic rock bands ever. And you guys all know this band. Everybody does. Ready? Survivor. Holy balls, Survivor. How good is Survivor? Now, most of you probably only know like the Eye of the Tiger version of Survivor, but they also had this record, which was the beautiful one. A lot of people I've run into know the songs on this record, but they don't know that it's Survivor. So a lot of people they know, I can't stop thinking about you, girl. My voice is shot, so don't judge my singing right now. But they don't know it's Survivor. And I Can't Hold Back. I can feel you tremble when we touch, and I feel the hand of fate. They go, oh, I know that song, but they don't know it's Survivor. So I got into them because I knew Eye of the Tiger, and I loved it because it was everywhere when I was a kid. And then this record I bought at a used record store and just fell in love. I think I'm also guilty of not knowing I Can't Hold Back wasn't them. I knew The Search Is Over was them, but I bought this and it was part of me for like months, just over and over and over. Oh my God, such a great album. And then I just fell in love with Survivor. This album is the kind of album I've always wanted to make. Like, this is the record I want to make. I want to make a Survivor album, and I've been striving for that. This is the kind of shit I want. So, Can't Hold Back, beautiful. First Night, beautiful. Jimmy Jameson, the singer, one of the most beautiful voices of the genre ever, just ever been. He can sing anything. The Search Is Over, one of the most beautiful songs almost ever. I love this so much. Oh, I didn't get them out. hold on. We'll move on. But I have the Rock Candy remaster of that because it's so, so good. Interesting stuff on here, by the way. And then I had this on tape. This is my favorite Survivor album. This one is awesome. Too Hot to Sleep is beautiful. Didn't Know It Was Love was what should have been on the radio. Didn't Know It Was Love is just textbook songwriting, pop radio song. If you've never heard Didn't Know It Was Love, just look it up. Great song by Survivor. Love that. Across the Miles, Burning Bridges, and you know, Jimmy Jameson sings his ass off like he does. So love this album. And then I worked with a friend at Blockbuster Video. His name was Brett Rossamano, who's like, you like Survivor? I was like, yeah. He goes, they got a record called Caught in the Game. So he got me this on tape. And he loved the song Jackie Don't Go, which is great. So this is awesome also. I also have the Rock Candy reissues of both of those because they're so friggin' good. Caught in the Game, Jackie Don't Go. It Doesn't Have to Be This Way, Slander, Santa Ana Wins. Oh my God, so, so good. So, real quickly, we'll just go from the beginning. There's this, I have that. For those of you that don't know, that's Kim Basinger. And some of you might not even know who Kim Basinger is. This is I have not listened to this yet. I only got this like 6 weeks ago, so I don't know anything about this one. Sorry, I'll get there. And I'm sorry to say this, I haven't listened to this one yet either. Also, the Rock Candy one, I just haven't listened to it. Haven't gotten there yet, so shame on me. Eye of the Tiger is a great song. And then Man Against the World. Oh, no, that's not on here. Ever Since the World Began. Ever Since the World Began. Killer song. I should probably go back and listen to this again because I can't remember any of the rest of these songs. Don't know if it was any good. It's been a long time since I listened to this. And then we're back up to Caught in the Game. Wonderful. If you have Vital Signs and you don't have Caught in the Game, if you have any Survivor records and you don't have Caught, get it. Really, really solid. Love this record. And then I've already talked about this one to death. Just beautiful, beautiful. One of the most iconic melodic rock records of the time, right? I'm not wrong in that, right? This is one of the greatest albums of its kind. All the songwriting was right on. The vocals, the keyboards, the guitar work, everything just perfect. Perfect melodic rock record. Then they did this one, and I might have upset a few of you, but I'm gonna have to go back and listen to this because I didn't like it. I didn't care for much of this. Is This Love Is Good? Man Against the World is killer, and I can't remember anything else on this record. The other 8 songs, I just don't remember them. But I haven't listened to this in a while. So is it good, or is it me? But then again, they came back with this one. Get this one. You gotta get. If you like Journey and you don't know Survivor stuff, get this one and Vital Signs. And then a few years ago, they put out this one, which was good, but kind of hit and miss for me. Too many ballads, actually. But great to hear Jimmy Jameson singing. Although, ironically, my favorite song on this record that I could not stop listening to, I listened to this song for 2 months, was Talking About Love, which he doesn't sing. Jimmy Jameson doesn't sing. Talking About Love, though. Such a great, fun, poppy song. So there's that. So there's my Survivor collection. Again, Survivor, one of the greatest melodic rock bands ever. Greatest songwriters, some of the greatest songwriters, Jim Pederick and Jimmy Jameson, one of the most beautiful voices who's gone now. His solo records are good too, although I haven't listened to all of them. I got them around here somewhere. I have not listened to Crossroads Moments or, what was the other one he did? I don't know. I got When Love Comes Down. I think that's it. Do I have time for it? I don't think I have time for any more. I think I've talked a lot on this one. I think I'm going to run out of time if I keep going. Yeah, I better cut this off because I don't want to get too hot and just stop on me. So there we go. Europe, Richard Marx, and Survivor. Just look, if you're inclined at all, that one, pick that one up if you can. Prisoners in Paradise and Out of This World, wonderful. Richard Marx, listen, the first several Richard Marx records are on Amazon, brand new Prime, $5. I mean, almost all these are. But yeah, this is a fun one. Great, upbeat and fun. And that's good. And yeah, probably that one too. And that's it. Survivor. All right. I've talked a lot, haven't I? I'm going to do this again just because it's fun. Watch. Ooh. Oh, full right out. Look at that. All right. I might do another one of these later because I've missed doing this. And I have a lot more to go, actually. Any questions? Let me know. Again, here's a pitch for my record. I'm going to do it. There goes mine. Promise. JaceMusic.com. Actually, I can just show you JaceMusic.com, right? There you go. What's that? Oh, look what I found. It was on the floor. And again, if you like the Survivor stuff and you haven't listened to my stuff, it's not as good as Survivor, but it's what I aspire to do. I was trying to make this record with Promise. So there's a sound, there's a listening sample on YouTube. Go to YouTube, Jace Paulek, Promise sampler. Listen to a couple songs because, I mean, I worked hard on it. And I think it's pretty good. All right. I guess that's it. I don't want to stop talking. But I've rambled a lot. All right, guys. Thank you very, very much for watching and listening. There'll be more to come. A lot more. That's all I got. Bye, everybody. Thanks.